Well, hello everybody. Well, have I got a treat for you today? Today we're going to start our playthrough of King's Quest 2015. Um, now, I'm a pretty big fan of the King's Quest games, but I haven't played them all, but I've seen playthroughs of them. And this game is a bit of a love letter to the whole thing, and this is a real treat in that we get to you can see the love and care and in the references in the material, and not just it's not just member berries for the sake of member berries, if that makes sense. Um, but I'm excited. I've got all the chapters, and this I don't think I can squeeze all this into one video. Or at least each chapter into one video, so I'll probably end up bringing it down. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? No, it's not saving. Go ahead. So yeah, we've got our 5 chapters: A Night to Remember, Rubble Without a Cause, Once Upon a Climb, Snow Place Like Home, and The Good Night. As you can tell, these are all pun-based, and if you look here, I believe it's these 3 items here. It's the mirror, the shield, and the chest, if I remember correctly. Where in King's Quest 1 were the 3 magical items that you have to get. Oh, I love this. I love this. Just listen to that. The King's Quest theme, reprisal. Oh, it's so good. But as I was saying, I believe these are the 3 items from the first King's Quest game that you were sent to retrieve to as a young knight to be worthy of the throne of Daventry. To be that was the King's Quest, is to retrieve these 3 items and become king yourself. And each episode, it doesn't retcon. It doesn't retcon anything, to my knowledge, anything in those games. They kind of happen before and after, and you'll see what I mean in later videos. But yeah, A Night to Remember. I believe this is a prequel to the first game. This one right here. So let's begin. So good. Let's see, what is this? Tab? Okay, tab opens our inventory. So this is the very iconic scene right here. This is the well from the first game. I believe it was the starting level? I don't know, but just right off the bat, we're already starting to reference classic King's Quest. This is going to be a semi-blind playthrough because I haven't really touched this since 2015. See, like right there, I didn't even know.
I've not been back there in years, but it was the last place left to look.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Christopher Lloyd as old King Graham.
those lost wishes weren't the treasure I was after.
Wait, am I supposed to go? No, I can't go back. So.
It was not exactly as I remembered it, but it wasn't all that different either.
Just look at this scenery. Oh my goodness. Just gorgeous.
Two odd contraptions guarded the lost treasure. I would have to turn one and see what happened. And that's what would have happened if I turned the left switch. But since I am here telling this story, you already know that I pulled the right one. I decided this was no time to take a nap, even though that bed looked very squishy and very comfortable.
Probably should have been a visual cue that, oh yeah, maybe that means death.
Buckets, barrels, butter churns, and beds were jammed into every nook and cranny of that cave. It all seemed so familiar. Even though the bed was very comfortable, this was no time to hide under the covers.
Alright, so we got a hide mechanic. Interesting.
Wait. Hold on, Grandpa. I don't remember this part of the story. Beds hanging from stalactites?
We'll get there, Gwendolyn. Don't worry. No detail in this story will be overlooked. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. As I treaded through the river of rumbling trundles, I feared I knew the source of that deafening wind.
So yeah, that's a neat little thing because you do, if I remember correctly, you do go down the well, and it didn't have all these beds and stuff in the very first games of this game. But that's why he said, it looked familiar, just not quite how I remember it. Nice little narrative retcon.
Nestled beneath a slumbering pile of teeth and claws was...
Fabled mirror.
Oh, so you remember this part of the story.
Well, dragons are my favorite.
Do you want to tell this part?
Yes. King Edward sent me, the greatest knight in all of Daventry, on a quest to return his stolen mirror. A gigantic, hulking beast of a dragon was the last thing in my way to... My way to add a shinier hat to my collection.
I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
Okay, so I can't go that way just yet.
Volumes of old books with foreboding titles clutter the shelves of that strange bedroom. How to Tame a Dragon, Breaking the Spirit of Hideous Beasts, amateur spells to impress your friends with. No books about recovering missing handles, though.
Let's see. There. Is there anything I can click here? Guess not.
As I was saying, this was no time to take a nap.
Huh. Here's the missing handle.
So, the missing handle was booby-trapped? What did you do?
Well, I used my cleverness to outsmart the trap.
Nice Indiana Jones reference.
Then I used my cleverness to hide.
Get in, get in.
Luckily, that half-blinded beast never noticed me in bed.
A dragon's eye must be really hard to pierce with an arrow. At archery lessons, I can barely hit a hay bale.
It is indeed a feat only for skilled archers.
Speaking of archers, the hat that Graham is wearing is called an archer's hat. Is it not? Little Peter Pan hat? Yeah,
I tried to
it's called
turn
an
that
archer's
crazy
hat.
contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
What did you use to fix the broken switch?
There we go. Okay, so that little bell wakes him up, but all that noise? No, not so much.
The dragon's chains were coiled
No,
around a
it's-
gigantic switch mounted to the cave wall. This cave seemed to be filled with failed adventures.
Try to get out.
After he briefly basked in the sun, the narcoleptic dragon went back to snoring.
I probably sleep all day too, if Amira was my only friend.
Alright, go, go, go. Mr. Peter poking out. I don't suppose I could just walk up there to him.
Whoever designed this trap thought they were pretty clever, but I would probably find a way to hit that unreachable switch.
What a curious interaction. I wonder if that will be important later.
The mirror called out to me.
Oh, can you go back that way? Let's see here.
A ridiculous feeding contraption was cobbled together to keep the beast, and probably its owner, alive.
Oh, I did the same thing again. Okay, what am I doing wrong? It's going over there. So, should I bring it? Alright, but then he eats it. There's something I'm missing. There's... No? Uh-oh. I'm not even pushing anything. Shit, did I bug it? Maybe if I do this. No, I can't. Well, why wasn't it doing that last time? I don't know. Oh boy. First person shooting? Oh, okay. Jump! There we go. Probably should have missed it. I thought that crushed me. Oh, that was fun.
With a magic mirror safely in my possession, I dreamt of the Daventry I would be rewarded with, and the kingdom it could become.
Oh, magic. Yeah. It's a tiny door.
In that split second, I had three choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have rippling consequences.
There's probably a fourth choice of not doing anything, but... Probably would just ended with me dying.
hands were shaking and my arms could barely grip the rope, but with the last of my strength, I climbed out of the well and headed back to the castle. Ever since the magic mirror returned, its reflections have warned the kingdom of danger, kept our family safe, and it has exposed many troublesome crumbs tangled in my beard.
Yeah. King Edward was so proud that you returned his lost treasure that he made you king. Everyone knows that part. Now, can we get back to that dragon?
Gwendolyn, there is so much more to my stories than dragons. I hope this old cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim, sewn into the seams of many hidden adventures. All right, let's get back to the dragon.
Tell me everything. Like, why did you set the dragon free even though he was trying to eat you?
I set him free because, well, over the years I realized that the dragon was not the despicable, hideous beast Daventry had made him out to be. He was just a caged animal that was never shown any kindness. On that day, I forgave the dragon for his atrocious past.
You have such a bizarre way of making friends, Grandpa. I guess I do too. I'm known as Gwendolyn the Popular back home. But only to my stuffed bunnies.
I've always found it best to pursue friends where I can, though they don't always feel the same about me.
All right, you two. Grandpa needs to rest. Gwendolyn, it's way past your bedtime.
Sleep well, Grandpa. I'll be back first thing in the morning.
I don't need rest. I'm as spry as I've ever been, though I wouldn't mind a slice of magic fruit.
Oh, poor Gran. King's Quest 6. King's Quest 3? Maybe? I forget that one. There's another King's Quest box art on the wall there. Tapestry. King's Quest Assassin's Creed.
Roar! Well, hello, cousin.
Guard!
I'm glad you're finally here. He's been asking about you for days. I had to sit through the same story 5 times.
We got here as fast as we could. And I like Grandpa's stories, especially the ones with dragons.
Ah, yes, the legendary beast that he set free. I don't know if he forgets I've heard that story before or he doesn't care, but he loves telling it to anyone that will listen. I'm pretty sure I heard the nursemaids telling his same jokes in the hall.
Have you heard anything the doctors are saying?
Yes, doctors, wizards, magic elves. Grandfather is fine, Gwendolyn. They all say the same thing. He's just old. He still has a few good years left.
He ain't got no gas in it.
We're all excited that your family made the trip, but there's no need to worry. You should get some rest. I'm sure you're scheduled for a full morning of Grandfather's hilarious ramblings.
Oh, I'm also scheduled for the tournament tomorrow.
Ah, yes, the fencing tournament. You'll love it. I'm, of course, favored to win and will make sure you have the very best seat to view my victory. The courtyard will be filled with important people and delicious hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, I'm actually competing in the tournament.
I had no idea we were hosting a junior tournament. That's incredible. In that case, I will gladly be there to cheer you on and eat delectable appetizers.
Nope, no junior tournament. I'll be squaring off against you.
I see. Well, perhaps this is the time to stop listening to stories and finally make some of your own. Good night, Gwendolyn. Sleep well.
Come in, Gwendolyn. You can set those on the nightstand.
Grandma said to take 3 spoonfuls of each.
I'll get to those. No need to fuss over me. Now let's talk about far more important issues, like that fencing tournament. I hear you're competing.
Well, I signed up, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Nonsense. If it's Scott you're worried about, he's no bother. After all, I only learned that you entered after he complained about it all morning. Threatened, I'm guessing. There are many ways to win a duel. I, for one, have always been fond of... treating my opponents with respect. You'll be surprised what opens up to you. A lovely fellow once told me the fastest way to anyone's heart is through their stomach. Speaking of, that reminds me of a story. One I know you haven't heard before.
Oh, there was a
I was a
time.
much younger lad before I was a knight, before I'd been to Daventry, and even before I had seen a dragon. It's a tale about a tournament that changed my life. It is a long story, but I shall tell it briefly.
Well, Triumph, this looks as good a place as any to camp for the night. Let's rest up. We have a big day tomorrow.
Oh, hello, Josh Keaton. That was a cliff. That's like comically long cliff.
After gracefully rappelling down the cliff, I welcomed the sight of an actual road, the first sign of civilization.
Alright, and we'll pick up that in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know about you guys, but I am excited to see this. And
Daventry was just a few miles to the east. I'd read all about its wonders in my travel books. I couldn't wait to check out its famous, fantastical floating island.
yeah, it wants me to go that way. But yep, I will. Actually, you know what? What's this way? Real quick.
Grandpa, you can't leave Triumph.
Don't worry, Triumph can fend for himself. We've been through our share of sticky situations, but he always comes around when I need him most.
Yep, I'll go ahead and pick it up in the next video. Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.